Hello and welcome back to my channel, Jeez Louise. My name's Louise and today I have a much awaited last 4 episodes of my Mermaid. So why didn't I finish this on time? I'm not really sure actually. I think I just had a burnout because I had to make a video every day. So I did finish these 4 mermaids on the first week of June, so I didn't finish them on time, so I didn't get my reward, which was a tube of Daniel Smith paints. So yeah, that's a bummer, but I still wanted to finish these because I had some really cool ideas for the last 4, and here you see me doing all of them in one video because I thought it was pointless to make 4 separate videos, and then I could also do a voiceover and just talk about the whole process of Mermaid this year. So I think overall I really did a good job and I really pushed myself and tried some new things and tried to experiment with the mediums, and I have a lot of them that I really like. If you want to, you can stick around to the end where I show a flip through of all my mermaid pieces, and there I will tell you which one's my favorite, and you can also comment down below which one is your favorite. But this one is the first of the 4 last pieces, and honestly I didn't like this at all. I started sketching out with the white pencil, as you can see, and it just got really muddy, and her lips especially turned really ugly. I think like too muddy and too much. So I think I should have made it larger or just like made her lips smaller or something. But this is another one of those mermaid cliches where you just have to put a mermaid in a terrarium or something, and it was really fun. And I am learning a bit more about coloring on black paper. Definitely easiest with my pencils, and here I'm just sketching out the constellation because this is the Aquarius. Next up is Monster, and I sketched this out off camera because it would take so long if I did all of the process on video, and I think you get the gist. So I just sketched this out on my watercolor paper and used my koi watercolors to color with, and let me tell you, I don't like this anymore. If you haven't seen my KonMari video, you can go check that out. I will leave a card here. But basically I gave these colors 3 months to live, and I think I'm going to give them to someone else, or maybe to the kindergarten, which is right across from me. But I don't really like them anymore because they are super chalky and kind of hard to blend. And as you can see here, I'm just trying out a new technique, and I really like the effect this gives. So I just did a streaky background with blue, and I watered it down with my spritzer and dabbed on a lot of green to make it look like a lake. And I really think this worked out super great. I think that's one of the only things I like about this piece. And yeah, I'm eating a ice cream because it was super hot. So anyways, yeah, that's kind of the only technique I like about this piece, because I realized afterwards when I already finished that her mouth is open and she would like drown or something, I don't know, but her mouth is open and it's in the surface of the water, so that doesn't really make any sense. I was trying to make her like creepy smile, but I think I didn't really get that through. I don't know, you can leave a comment down below what you think. This is a classic, also really cliche mermaid piece. I think a lot of people have done this before with the creepy girl in the lake, so that was just something I really wanted to do and I just had to do. And I could have done like a lot of creepier mermaids, but I just chose to make her like this with the black eyes. One other thing I have really enjoyed experimenting with during Mermay is a mixed media. So as you can see, I use my watercolors, I use fine liners, and I use my Faber-Castell pencils, my colored pencils also. So I really like to make different textures and stuff with my materials. So yeah, I really enjoy doing mixed media. But on to the next one, and that is Pisces, and that is actually my mom's star sign. So I made this weird kind of sexy fish. I just thought it could be really fun to do a reverse mermaid. So it's a fish on the top half and legs on the bottom half, and I think it's also kind of a cliche piece, so it's not really an original idea, but I think it turned out really cool and was really fun to do, like a fun piece, which wasn't supposed to be pretty or neat or anything, but it was just supposed to be fun. And I really think I succeeded with that. I could have done something more about the shading. It's a little too simple for my taste because I really love to have a lot of details and stuff, but in the end I really enjoyed the outcome. And here I'm just doing a feathering technique with my Copics to make them blend better, and I think I should have chosen a lighter tone for the tips of the fin because it didn't really give that blended effect, like ombre effect. It just blended too much into each other, so you can't really see that it's two colors, but that's just a technique you can use. And that was day number 30, and I'm just adding some detailed scales, and that was that. And on to the last piece, which is two whirls. As you can see, I already sketched this out as well. This piece really took me by surprise because it evolved a lot when I was drawing it. Originally it was supposed to be, as you can see, a mermaid behind glass and a kid looking in, but the kid wasn't supposed to be frightened, and I did this thing with the hands where the hands kind of touch each other through the glass and the glass breaks. So that's why the kid is surprised or scared, and it kind of turned into a Black Lives Matter piece. That's why their hands are touching each other and they have different skin colors, because this was in the midst of, what do you say, like Black Lives Matter. I know we're still in the middle of it, but this was just after the murder of George Floyd, so it just came to me and I just really wanted to do this. And it wasn't like a political statement or anything. I just really needed to get my thoughts out and get my feelings out on this piece, so that's why it turned out the way it did. But yeah, it's like two worlds meeting, and by that I'm not saying that black people don't live in our world, but this is obviously a mermaid and a human meeting, and the mermaid is in a zoo or something. She's in captivity, and they just have this connection, this bond where they look each other in the eye and meet, and yeah, have compassion for each other, and they kind of feel each other, and the kid senses that the mermaid is in pain or something. She doesn't really want to be there, so that's kind of the feelings I wanted to capture. So yeah, that's that. It just came like out of the blue, so that's also really fun when you do art. And yeah, onto the flip through. So this is the first day, and I used my gold ink, and I really like this piece. I think it's a solid piece, and I think it's really cute, and it's kind of a pride piece. The next one is the Taurus, my own star sign, and I don't really like how I bended the tail, but I really like the colors and the detail and the hair especially. I think that turned out really great. So yeah, the next piece I don't really like because I used a tan paper, and I don't think it corroborated that well with my colored pencils, so I think I should have outlined it with white or something, or just used something else, but I don't think it's that strong. The next one I think is really cute. It's my old people, my old mermaids, and I really like the cane with the jellyfish. I think that's a really cool detail. The next one is a classic. It's the can't see, can't hear, can't speak, but just in my interpretation, and I color coordinated this, and yeah, I just think it looks pleasant. So the next one I really struggled with. I didn't initially like it, but I really like it now because it's pleasant to watch. And the next one, not too keen on this either. I think I discovered a new technique with the water. I really like that, but other than that, it's just it's okay. I'll give it a 3 out of 10. And next is the first part of my Gemini piece, and this one was the first one I did, and I really think I didn't do well on the hands, and also the shading and stuff. It's really hard on black paper, so I think the next one, which is this one, turned out really great and much better, and I took some more time on the hands and stuff, so that one is definitely my favorite out of the two. And also the constellation is not really aligned, so this one I tried to do a bigger character, and I know she's not like the biggest or anything. She's kind of like a plus size, but I really like it as well. This one, I love everything about it. I love the circus, I love candy, I love the colors, so yeah. And this one is probably also one of my top 3. I really like the skin shading. And this one is kind of simple, but I really like it as well. It has a lot of emotion in it, I think. She's like this peaceful but also really powerful woman. She's death, of course. This one, really pleasant to watch. I think I did a great job with the colors. And this one is just, oh yeah, this one also, but this is the witch, and I really like this one. I think it's kind of like a children's book character almost. I think it's really turned out really great, and I took a lot of time with the shading, so I learned a lot about my colored pencils. This one is just too blunt, it's too boring. This one is also kind of a statement piece that just evolved out of the page. This is my garbage piece. This one don't really like either. I think there's something wrong with the neck and head area. It looks really weird, but this one though, I really like the colors, I really like the shimmery ink I used, and I really like the dot effect that I used, which is kind of the same as the plant mermaid. This one is really fun. It's actually based off of my dad, because this is his sign, his star sign. I think I did a better job because I normally don't really draw men. So the next one is my stickers, and if I'm ever going to do these, I might redo them. And this is my hipster mermaid. She has a top on which says Merm Power. This one I really like as well. I love the shimmery ink on this one as well, and I love the colors that it's like all purple tones. I really like that. This one is my hat piece, and I just really like to have like a limited color palette. This one is probably my favorite out of the bunch. I really like everything about it because I'm really into steampunk, so yeah, really like that one. This one, didn't really like that. This one, it's kind of poorly done, but yeah, I think that was around when I burned out. And this one, I just think he's a really cutie and just something else rather than girls to do a mercat. And then we have the final 4 pieces finished, as you can see. Don't feed the mermaid. I wouldn't either. I think she looks kind of like creepy cute kind of. Yeah, and the fishnet stockings, I just think that was a really cool idea, really fun. And lastly, my 2 worlds. And yeah, that was it. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed all of my mermaid pieces, and if you did, please remember to hit the thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And I really hope I see you some other time. Yeah, as we say in Denmark, hej hej!